people, so if you're confused between CA, CFA and an MBA, like which one should I go for, you're not alone. Basically, every finance student has this dilemma, and today we're gonna cover everything, like total cost taken to complete each of these courses, total duration taken, average salary packages which you might expect, the ROI which you might have, the return on investment, and the growth potential which each of these courses have. And in the end, I'll give you a final verdict as to which one should you go for. So no fluff, just facts. Let's start. Alright, first things first, let's talk about money. How much will each of these courses actually cost you? Well, for chartered accountancy, which is CA, it might cost you about 3 to 4 lakh rupees at max. And that includes everything: ICAI registration fees, exam fees, coaching fees, study materials, and basically everything and anything that you could think of. 3 to 4 lakhs at max. And plus, so if you don't know, CA has 3 levels that you might need to complete: CA Foundation, CA Inter, and CA Finals. And after your second level, you have to mandatory do your 2-year articleship at a CA firm, wherein you actually earn money. So it might range about 5 to 15,000 rupees a month. So basically, in the 2 years articleship, you actually cover about 50 to 70% of the actual cost that you are bearing to complete the CA course. Well, that's fantastic. Now CFA. CFA is actually mid-range in terms of cost. It might cost you about 3 to 4 lakh rupees. And let me give you a quick breakdown. So CFA also has 3 levels: level 1, level 2, level 3. And your fees might range from level 1 exam fees 77,000, level 2 exam fees 77,000, level 3 exam fees 77,000 rupees if you're early. But if you're late, if you actually register after the date, then it might cost you actually 1 lakh rupees for each of these levels. And plus, if you take any coaching, so it might cost you about 3 to 5 lakh rupees. Now MBA Finance, this is where it gets expensive, man. But it actually depends on which college you are from. Well, let me explain. Now, if you're doing your MBA from top IIMs, it might actually cost you 23 to 27 lakh rupees for 2 years. New IIMs like Rohtak, it might cost you about 18 to 25 lakh rupees for a 2-year course. ISB, it offers a 1-year course for an MBA, which is actually faster, so it actually costs you 41 to 43 lakh rupees for 1 year. And that's just tuition. Add living costs, books, laptops, and anything and everything that you could think of. That's another 3 to 5 lakh rupees. And also you actually have to do a lot of networking, so that also might cost you a lot of money. Well, that's just straight for MBA. Your fees might vary from 20 lakh to 48 lakh rupees depending on which college or which university you actually do your MBA Finance from. Well, let's move on to the second category. How long does it take to complete each of these courses? Well, for CA, you might actually complete this course for about 4 to 4.5 years if you complete all the 3 levels in your first attempt. Since CA has a vast portion and it's actually very difficult, many people actually take multiple attempts, so it takes an average person to complete a CA course from 5 to 7 years on an average. Plus, you actually work after your second level. As I said, you actually work 2-year articleships and you simultaneously study for the finals. So it's really hectic, and it's only for the ones who are disciplined and consistent enough to do that. Well, for CFA, it actually takes about 2.5 to 3.5 years to complete the 3 levels if you successfully pass all the 3 levels consecutively. And it's a self-study program, so the bonus is that you actually can work full-time a job and then study for CFA simultaneously. Well, for MBA, it actually takes you 2 years to complete from every and any other college that you do from. Since it's a post-grad degree, after you have done your graduation, after you've completed 15th grade, you actually have a 2-year program, which is an MBA Masters in Business and Administration. But except ISB, which offers you a 1-year course, which is faster, but it also costs you a lot. So that's just how CA, CFA, and MBA actually takes you to complete each of these degrees or courses. Now, moving on to the third category, how much you actually earn after you've completed each of these. Well, for CA, a starting salary on an average is about 7 to 10 lakhs per annum. But if you're a rank holder, man, you're in some other league. You might earn actually from 15 lakh to 25 lakhs per annum just from your first year. Well, for CFA, this is a bit tricky because most people, about 90% of the people, do CFA along with some other degrees or while working full time. So if you're working full time and you do your CFA, then how much your salary would actually increment? It's like whatever salary you had earlier plus 5 to 10 lakhs per annum on top of that. So that is what you might expect after completing your CFA. Well, for MBA, this is something that might vary, because if you're doing your MBA from a top B school like IIMs and ISBs, after your completion you might actually land jobs into consulting or investment banking, and your salary packages might start from 40 to 50 lakhs per annum or even higher. But on the other side, if you're doing an MBA from some tier 2 or tier 3 school, you might actually look for about 7 to 15 lakhs per annum. That's it. Now, our fifth category, which is ROI analysis. Let's do the math. So CA, it actually costs you about 2.5 to 3 lakhs, deducting the articleship stipend that you earn. And at your starting, on an average, you might earn about 7 to 10 lakhs per annum. So you can actually recover your cost in just about 3 to 6 months. That's great ROI. CFA ROI, it might cost about 3.5 to 5 lakh rupees, and you might actually earn 5 to 10 lakh increase on your previous salary. So you might recover your investment in about 1 year or so. Good ROI. Now for an MBA Finance, you actually invest a lot of money. You actually invest about 25 to 35 lakhs on an average for a 2-year course MBA. But your starting salary might range from 25 to 40 lakhs per annum. So you might recover your investment about 1 to 1.5 years. Great ROI. But this is where it gets complicated. If you do your MBA from a tier 2 or a tier 3B school, your salary might range from 15 to 20 lakhs per annum, which is lower than what your investment would be. So it actually might take you on some another round, you know where I'm getting. So this is just a personal suggestion that if you're considering to do an MBA, only do an MBA from a top B school like IIMs, ISBs or FMS. Don't even consider doing an MBA from a tier 2 or tier 3 B school, because if you do that, you're an idiot, man. Come on. Nikhil Kamath said that. So, okay, moving on to the sixth category, career flexibility. Which course should you opt for to do what certain role? Well, for CA, I've made some notes. So, well, for CA, it's best for audit, taxation, compliance, accounting, and corporate finance. Can work in any company that needs financial management, and flexibility high in India, less recognized globally. CFA, best for investment banking, portfolio management, asset management, and such thing. Can work in global finance firms. Flexibility highest internationally. CFA is recognized in more than 160 countries. Well, MBA Finance, it's best for management roles, strategy, consulting, and general business. Can work in literally any industry ranging from finance, marketing, operations, leadership, and flexibility most versatile across any industry. If you want to work abroad, CFA is your best bet. If you want to switch industries or move into management, MBA wins. If you want stability and multiple career options in India, CA is the choice. Okay, so final verdict. Which one should you choose according to your preference? Well, for CA, choose CA if you want the most cost-effective option, if you're okay with a longer journey, if you want to work in audit, tax, you prefer a structured exam-based pattern, and you want great career options in India. Choose CFA if you're already working in finance and you want to upskill, you're passionate about investments, markets, and portfolio management, you want global recognition, and you can actually work while studying. Third, choose MBA if you actually have the capability to get into top B school, because it's actually extremely rare to get into IIMs and ISBs. You have the budget or you can get a loan. You want fast career growth for management roles. You want networking opportunities and campus placements. Well, so what do I believe? It's like there's no wrong choice over here. It actually depends on your goals, your budget, and your dreams and ambitions of what roles you actually want to play in the next 10 to 15 years. So ask yourself, which work excites me the most? What do I actually want to work in the next 10 to 15 years? And if you answer these questions, you might actually decide which one should you go for, or which combo route should you opt for: CA CFA, CFA MBA, or a CA and MBA. So okay people, if this video helped, hit that like button and subscribe. I'll keep bringing these finance videos to you. Well, that was it for today. So thank you, stay in touch, and I'll see you in the next one.